adjust myself. And this ring lights. Oh, can I buy? Can I buy? Oh my God. I don't want you to. I'm busy trying to pack some things at the back. But I don't want you to be distracted by the stuff that I'm busy with. Let's see. If I adjust it like this, I just hope it doesn't coma. Hi guys, I hope you are all good. I hope you are all well. I need to fit nicely. Hold on. Just making sure I'm lookable and everything makes sense. Hi guys, I hope you're all good. I hope you're all well. It's a bit gloomy outside, which is good. We've been boiling hot. We've been in the midst of heat. So as you can see the caption, it's a Q&A session, and I'm sure a lot of people have been waiting. I want to believe that. Guys, I was getting ready to leave and go into the business side of things, but as I was getting ready, something inside so strong, oh Kosia, just said to me, woman, just stay put. And I had to dress up again for the live, and I'm not going anywhere. Can you believe that? Because I'm in tune with my inner soul, and when it has spoken, I don't refuse. So I'm no longer going. Let's have a Q&A. Welcome back. If you are new here, this is Tisha Oliphant, and this is my corporate journey, and most of the information that I share on this channel is about my personal experience. It is about the journey that I have walked. So therefore, it's not someone else's views, although I do give people opportunities to express and say their piece, because at the end of the day, it is our channel and not just my channel. I wish you a blessed Sunday in all the parts of this world, and I hope you're all good. I hope you're all well. I thought I'll do a quick sit down. Guys, as you're coming in, please, pretty please like the video, and do like the videos, all the videos, whether it's a live or it's the video that I just normally upload. I beg, I plead, I'm asking you with love to please like the video. You'll find a video has like 500 views, but with only 41 likes. Guys, there is sabotage on the next level. Please don't sabotage me like that. I take my time. I know you didn't ask for it, but I take my time. I sit in front of the camera. I share as much as I can to motivate some of y'all to stay in those toxic positions, to climb the ladder in those awesome jobs. I sit in front of y'all to say, once you've worked and you've received an income, this is how you can take care of it. This is how you avoid traps. And I do sit in front of you and share how I donor my own hard-earned cash. So I ask you to at least show appreciation by liking the video, by sharing the video, by commenting, which I always care for. But guys, I don't see any comments. I don't know whether you haven't commented. Let's see. You haven't commented. No one has said hi. Can someone just say hi so that I know, even though I see the numbers, I'm not talking to myself. I see 12 people and only 2 likes. Guys, please do like, as I'm saying. If you share, I'll appreciate it. If you like, I appreciate it. If you watch the ads, I appreciate it even more. So if you always, and even better, if you comment as well. So all contributes to a growth of a channel, all contributes to a promotion of the video, a distribution of a video by YouTube. So I don't know, I still don't see any comments, and I bet you, I doubt if you guys can just hide all chats, top chats. Okay. Hi, mommy. Okay, I do see something now. Hi, Tandile. Welcome on a Sunday. Guys, please do like a video. I'm asking, humbly asking, because I can see some people are just sitting, some people have forgotten. This is a friendly reminder to please like a video. So I'll open up the platform to ask any question that you've always had regarding those three areas: the travel area, the finance area. Although, guys, in terms of finance, I will ask you to hold back, because starting this week, since it's a Sunday, we will have a financial boot camp. And if you haven't subscribed, or you have subscribed, okay, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. If you haven't hit the notification button, please do hit the notification button, because I'll come in as and when I have a time to come through and just okay, maybe I think we'll do lives. It's much easier, and I'll share the finance, personal finance side of life. But if I happen to be hectic, I'll definitely do a video and upload it with the information that I'll be willing to share on that a particular day. So do subscribe so that you don't miss out. Do hit the notification so that when I come live, you don't miss out on that bootcamp, which I'm planning. It will go on for at least 6 weeks, once a week. I'll come live and talk about that. And if you have any questions, but if they become too personalized, most of y'all know, Gucci, I've got my mentoring sessions, which yo guys, the numbers are growing. My kids are placing their trust on me to really mentor them. So I opened up the platform for a Q&A. If you've always had a question regarding that, your career, your financial side, or your travel, or you've always wanted to travel, you've got questions, or just any question regarding, growth and where you want to be, how you can even get there, this is the time. So you can start shooting as I'm talking. Uthandile, I've greeted her. Uthi, hi, mommy. Hi, Thandile. Ukhethe Mthembu. How are you, Kathy? So let me know. If you don't have any questions, I'll bid you goodbye, guys, because I've got a Facebook as well that I'll have to go to and have a Q&A session. And I think it will be more interactive if on this side people are still busy with something else. So while I wait for you, I just want to check. I told someone that I won't be coming through to deliver their stuff. So I want to see if they responded. Okay, no response as yet. I guess they are disappointed. Or they still gonna respond. I was like, nah, I can't go if the spirit is not willing, ma. Okay. Okay, any questions, guys? You don't have any question that you always wanted to ask? Then I can close this matter and delete the video and move on to the other platform if you don't have any question regarding the aspects of your life, hopefully not mine, because I've shared mine. I don't think you can, unless you want to ask me personally, but if there's anything in your life that you need a clarity. So this is just for that, guys. Just few minutes. I want to just respond. I won't be long, I promise, but you can shoot when you are ready. Bonsile Mthembu, welcome, darling, welcome. You are so supportive. Truly appreciate it. You always here, you always here, you always on Facebook, and I hope your birthday was your blessing, was a big blessing in your life. So just I want to respond to this quickly. Guys, duty calls any time of the day, any time of the year. I think I'm just quoting the wrong person. I won't be long. Mr. G. Let's do this quickly. While you still think of your questions, while you want to pose any questions, if you don't have any questions, it's still okay, because that means mommy's teachings are penetrating well, everything is clear, so I won't have to worry, and we can close off and I move on to the next platform. Hello, band. Okay. Yeah. Guys, as you are coming in, welcome, welcome. I just want to attend to this quickly. I won't be long. It's a chilled Sunday afternoon, no rush. Okay, done and dusted. Okay, let's see. Bonsile said, hi, Mami. Uthandile unkonzombi. Uti, Mami, is it possible if you also estimate how much you spend in country so that it would help us? Maybe we want to save for that country or add that in your content, if you don't mind. Okay, Tandile, how I'll respond to that is that, number one, I don't like to include the financial side of my life, because there's people who are always pocket watching, and it doesn't normally come from the good heart. It's just for them to gauge and judge and criticize and tell you about their children that are hungry all over the world. So I like to avoid such. However, I don't mind using one country that I travel to and share how much were the flights. In fact, it will make sense if I use a country when I left from South Africa, because remember, other countries, I was leaving from one country to the next. You'll find that it's a neighboring country. I'll use Asia as an example. From Thailand, I went to Cambodia, which is like 1 hour flight, 1 hour, 2 hours. They are neighbors. So that won't give you a clear idea. And that's what makes it very difficult as well, because I was traveling the globe. I wasn't leaving from South Africa. That's if you are in South Africa, to go to a country and come back and go. So my estimation won't be accurate. So let's leave the first part. The first part is very crucial. People pocket watch all the time. People want to know, Uguti, they want to judge you how much, which I'll never ever share. It's an amount that I've never even shared with my kids, because it is between me and myself. I don't want to traumatize anyone, not even myself. So what I'll do is I'll use the Thailand trip, because that was my first country when I left South Africa to go to Thailand, and tell you, go to the flights with this much, the accommodation was this much, the food was this much. But remember, even that won't be accurate, because it didn't form a part fully of my solo travel, because I went to Thailand to meet up with Unod. That was my first trip to meet up with my baby. So it will include 2 people in terms of the accommodation. Whereas when I started traveling, I tried, obviously most accommodations, they do cater for 2 people, but I would choose preferred by solo traveler. But I'll do that, and it's okay. And that will form parts. Maybe I'll do a separate video, because I'm still gonna do a video on how I booked my flights, how I did my accommodation, how the whole budget thing without. So I'm gonna try very hard to shy away from numbers, because yeah, personally, I'm not okay to come on a public platform and tell numbers. There's only one area where I share the numbers, and that is my stash on my Facebook to motivate, to inspire. And I even stashed my 200 rands, the one that I always stash as and when I remember, to top up as a top up. And I was looking at my balance, and chances are mid-year I'm gonna share, see, this is how much I've stashed. That I can even show, even if it gets to 500,000, I don't mind, which is a limit for Ilona, so for tax-free for South Africans. But other things, it's a very sensitive subject, not only for me who will be sharing, for also people who will be listening and thinking, oh, I could have used that money, but forgetting it's that person's money. They worked hard for it, they planned for it, they sacrificed for it. So I try and avoid it. But I will give you a video when I went to Thailand, more or less, because I will never have the full picture unless I go and consolidate my statements, and I don't want to take it that far, so I'll give an idea. And we can even look on the day of the video. Maybe let's do that, how much the flights are at that point in time, because mine was last year, how much the flights will be on that day, how much the places will be, and we'll choose from your 5-star hotel to your 4-star to your 3-star, and maybe take a hostel and say, if anyone wants to travel, this is how much they're looking at. And we'll take maybe 3 places that are normally places of interest for people who visit Thailand, and see how much the entrance fee is, and that will give people an idea, which is plus or minus. This is how much you're looking at. There's a holiday I was looking into. I'm praying about it. Whether I'm taking my loved one there, and both of us going there is plus or minus 60,000. 60,000, both of us going there. Flights, accommodation, and when I say accommodation, it's not even the top of the range. It's the middle ground, and the activities that we're planning to do. So I ought to have at least 60,000. When I went to Mexico with that, I don't even share, because that was money's, and Mexico is far. Mexico is Central America. But when I went back alone, it was still something, but I was traveling from where was I coming from? Oh, I was traveling from Europe. So that was also a lot of money. And I've got a story to tell. It became very expensive as well, through a fault partially of mine. Maybe I should take accountability. So I was traveling from Georgia, which is Europe, not Georgia in the US, to go to Mexico. So it was also not the same as coming from South Africa, but it was still expensive, because the minute you go from one continent to the next, the flights, you're looking at minimum over 10,000, maybe from 12, 13, 15 upwards. But if you travel within Africa, if it's not far from South Africa, because I'm a South African, it doesn't become that much. I was looking at the flights to Mozambique, because I would love to go to Mozambique, even if it's for a few days. I've never been to Mozambique. I'm not intending to drive to Mozambique. They say there's lots of manga business, unless you go with someone who can speak Portuguese, who's from Mozambique. And the flights are like, how much are the flights? Very reasonable, like 2 grand or 3 grand. And that's it. In fact, we can look at them now. So that's how it is with the pipe, but I'll do it live and share. Thanks for that. And I was planning to, and also I'll share how I traveled, and the tips, my travel tips, my personal travel, not someone else's, because this is my corporate journey. Hi, and I hope I've responded to you, sis. We need to be careful when it comes to matters of financials. It's like it becomes very sensitive how much you paid for your car. Rather Google and check more or less how much that person's car is, if you are really interested to get it, because abantu they shy away from evil eyes as well, and they really do exist. And sadly, a person who's asking from a genuine point of view end up not getting. And it's the same concept in the career industry. I mean, I've got people that we are very honest with one another, but very few that I can, who are in my industry, that I can pick up the phone and say, how much do you get paid per annum? Not because I want to know whether they can afford to live in Bryanston or whether their kids can afford to go to private schools. I'm more matured than that. You know, I'm pushing my own struggles, I'm pushing my game, I'm building my own legacy with no one in the spin of the whole thing except the people who will benefit from it. So I don't ask people questions because I want to charge them or pocket watch them. And this society has become so sick that people get so nar over people's hard-earned money. So when we see that person, it makes it very difficult for us to even be honest with matters that speaks to money. And when we talk real money, because people can we've seen people showcasing their brand new cars and excited, and the next thing, their wealth is down the drain because maybe some of that money even was obtained in a not dodgy manner, or just in abantu wants to destroy. It's a sick world, guys. People don't want to see us. I'm not saying everyone. There's those evil hearts. I'm a fail pop who don't want to see people succeed. So you also ought to be very careful. But I was still saying, I've got people in my industry that I can pick up the phone and say, how much are you earning? And we in the same, so that I can gauge. I'm paid according to market value, and it has nothing to do with how come she's got a Mac and Mina, I don't have a car. I don't have a car. I drive my Lavisto's cars. I do not own a car at this present time. So it's so nice like that. But you can't come to me as a stranger or someone and say, Ma, how much do you earn? Because then it raises a lot of, and it's so sad because that person could be asking because they want to tap into that industry and study and become risk and compliance gurus, but they want to know what's the salary. So the best thing to do is Google and see how much does a junior risk and compliance specialist earn. Google will give you an idea. How much does a senior? But remember, when we're talking people with experience, it's no longer just the piece of paper that they obtained at the varsity or college or accreditations. There's a lot that is taken into consideration as well. You know, their achievements, what they bring to the table, and yeah, their innovativeness and all that. So it is what it is. But thanks for that question, Sweetie Pie. I hope you do understand, Uguti. We're living in a different world. In fact, there's a live I want to do, yeah, on the other side, on the other platform of mine regarding Uguti. Why have we resorted to this? We are not honest anymore because we shy away. We can't even brag about our achievements, but I still do. Maybe I don't show the whole picture, but I still want people to know it can be done. I still want to show people that, you know what, in believing in your powers that above that there may be. And remember, some people don't believe in God, but they believe that there's higher powers. You can obtain what you believe in, and determination and focus and sacrifices and hard work, you definitely, and consistency. More than anything else, you do it all the time, even if you don't feel like doing it. You know, I could have taken this day, relaxed, and forgot about it, but I've promised myself and you guys that until the 13th, I'm uploading a video every day, whether it's a live video or just a video. I am bringing content every day. So that consistency ought to come through, and that's how you build a wealth, that's how you build a business, that's how you get your degree, that's how you keep that job, boosting you and taking you to greater heights. Ngiyazi ngidlalile, but I hope you get me. Oh yes, birthday was good. Once I expect grace, mommy. Birthday was out of this world, darling. Hi, what determination Are you part of denomination? Are you part of? Okay, before since I answer that, can you clarify you in which sense when you ask me about what denomination am I part of? I don't want to go and miss the point and speak, nje run with something that I misunderstood. Tandile, including flights, accommodation, game. I'll do that, sis. I promise I was gonna do it. I will give you an idea. We see, more or less, you are looking at this much. But I can tell you, 15,000 won't get you far, even if it's just you alone. Living in South Africa to go to another continent. So E20 might just give you flights and the accommodation. And we'll look at the flights, we'll book in advance and look at what if we book 6 months from now. I'll come with that video and see how the amounts changes, and you'll have an idea which how much you really need to fly. But once that's why I always encourage you, once you're in that continent, go to the neighboring countries. It is much reasonable, it's much affordable because you are already there. E.g., I went to Finland. When I was in Finland, I took a cruise. We went to Sweden, a cruise boat. Amazing trip of a lifetime. Bucket list tick. To Sweden overnights. Guys, out of this world experience. If you've never been in a cruise ship, do that. Reasonable because you're already in Finland. Sweden is a neighboring country, and from there we went to Estonia, which is also in Europe. We flew there, I think 1 hour flights, can't recall, speak under correction. And from there we went to France for my birthday in Paris. Not also too far, I think it was 3 hours a flight, so 3.5 hours. So once you're in Europe, do your Germany if it's your dream country, do your Italy, do your Greece, do your Portugal, visit Poland, Czech Republic, visit my favorite Croatia. Yes, and you can do it. You can bus it. You can train it. When I say bus it, train it, I mean you can go with the bus. You can go with the train. You can bus it. You can train it. It's guys. You can in fact take a leave 14 days and do most countries in Europe because they are so connected. If you are on a ferry, you ferry, just get into a ferry and go to the next country. Before you are in the next country. If you are in Bali, you can take a ferry to Singapore. We took a bus to Singapore for my birthday again, and that was like 7 hours bus drive, comfortable bus with aircon, recliners, and stopping along the way for refreshments. Do it that way. If you are in South Africa, hit your Lesotho, hit your Botswanas, hit your Swaziland, hit your Zambias, hit your Mozambique, hit your Namibia. These, Zimbabwe, these neighboring countries, it becomes reasonable. It doesn't cost you as much as me traveling from here to Senegal. Guys, I love that country. I just want to be with those chocolate looking human beings. I hope one day the dream will happen. I love Senegal as a country. Of course, I've got my other faves, or Morocco, Abo Ghana, and I've been to Zim, I've been to Botswana. Swaziland is my second home. I'm trying to think, I haven't been to Lesotho and Mozambique, but there's other African countries that I've been to, but once you're there, you are sorted. I just want to do something, guys. Hold on. I just want to sort out someone who's very forward here. Okay, sorted. We need to clean the house, declutter. Beginning of the year, end of the year, we declutter. During the year, we declutter. I'll do that, Tandile. I'll definitely do that. Football, that is so bad. Uh, oh, okay, your audio. Please mind your language. I know it's not a kids platform, but just respect the other subscribers. So please mind your language, and you don't have to use a strong language to get your point across. You can just say your network is giving you trouble instead of using the words that you've used. I'll appreciate it because it's something that doesn't gel well with the person that I am and the people that watch me. Sima, hellos. Hi, Sima, hellos. Martha, you're almost missed out. Am I late, Mama? No, you're not, Martha. This session is just to ask you if you've got a burning question that you'd like to ask me regarding your travels, but your personal finance, I'll say leave it for the next 6 weeks. We'll be I'll be coming through with a financial boot camp that will be lent on my side. I did share that, and my way of alms giving, because it's time for us to just reflect on where we are in terms of our relationship with our creator. My way of giving back would be that boot camp. So if you want to know about your financial, and I wouldn't want you to come here on a open platform and pose a very personal financial question. But if you really need me to get into detail, you can book that mentoring session, or you can ask about the travel. How I traveled, like Umtanami has asked Utandile Gutima, please do share information regarding prices, which I'll do with love. But if you personally would like to know, which in your case, this is where you add and how you would suggest me. So it's a Q&A, not just for me to say, Ma, Wena, how much did you earn? To be able to do this. I'm still going to come at high level, tell you what I did, what disciplines I applied, and what habits I needed to say goodbye to be able to realize my dream. I don't have a problem. I just shy away from giving the full picture. Thanks, mommy. I understand. Okay, sis, I know. Ngiphethe ikhokho. Labantwana bami gets me, and they respect, and they always nje. Okay, that says what I did to that forward, Yona. Martha Mpofu, have you used Singapore Airlines before going to Bangkok this year, and their rates are affordable? How is Singapore Airlines compared to Emirates, for example? I think I've used Singapore Airlines, Martha, but for the life of me, I can't recall. And can I tell you something? Emirates, for me, what I'll tell you is that I won't be comparing apples with apples. Iguzo apples with bananas, because when I traveled from South Africa, like I went to Turkey, I used Emirates, and their rates, I don't know, guys, costs, expenses, monies, riches, wealth are really, guys, relative. What I might consider affordable because of the state I'm at financially, or the place that I'm at financially, could be very expensive for someone else. So it's not easy for me to say, if I pay 15,000 for a return flight, for me that is affordable. Because to someone else they would say, how ngeke ma 15,000? For me, if it was 10, if it was 8, it would then be affordable. So it's difficult to say it is affordable for who, because what I deem as expensive, the next person is monies for their bread and milk, and life is exactly like that. But I've never used, I'm not sure, I've never seen it, that Singapore Airlines, you can leave from SA to Abu Turkey or Bangkok. I've flown is it Etihad? I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I've used to Emirates several times. I've used to KLM several times. I've used to Air France several times. And their rates, guys, you'll find the difference is like 2 grand, difference is 3 grand, but it's still over 10 grand. So that I need to just let you know. If it's a return ticket, you're looking at between 12 and 15, but depending on where you are flying to. But obviously, if you're talking Central America, which is miles away from South Africa, it can never be that amount. It will be more, about 18, 16, bordering to about 28. There's even tickets for 28,000 to 30,000, which I've seen, and I've once paid that amount when you're flying far from there. With Singapore Airlines, I'm going to say it was affordable because I think I've used it twice during my travel because I was flying from neighboring country. Just like you would say, flying from here to Mozambique, that is affordable. But when we talk now airlines, leaving from South Africa to Dubai, leaving from South Africa to Seychelles, or Jamaica, we're now talking further out a different continent, so the amounts will definitely be more. So for me, it was affordable, but merely because I was using it for the same continent, neighboring countries, 2 hour flights, a 1.5 hour flight, 3 hours flights. So I can't compare them with the Emirates, which I only use for long distance in most cases, long distance flights. Can I deal with this as well, guys? Because I think while we're pushing isn't this serious, there's people who just finds joy in coming in someone's content and and asking, is it dodgy? Is he? Yeah, they just shoot from east and we all heading north. You can see Gutishem, they are in their own world and it's okay, but we just need to give them some enough time to find their way back to the north where we are heading to. So that is that. So don't worry, guys, I will share that. I'll share how I traveled. I wouldn't say it's the best. Maybe someone who traveled also full time, or is a nomad, or is traveling as we speak, or works in different countries and travel between countries will be able to share a better. When I share my personal journey or my travel journey, I expect those who've done it, and I've seen it's starting to happen, which I'm so happy. As much as I inspire, I'm trying to inspire someone who says my dream is to travel, but I don't think I'll ever be able to travel because it's so expensive. And I encourage you, Gutsi, it is not cheap. Nothing is cheap. Let's be honest. Nothing is cheap. Everything is expensive. Well, I was looking at fuel. I haven't been in touch with my prices since I've been back. I was shocked to see that a liter of fuel is close to 23 rands in South Africa. That is not reasonable. You don't pour 1 liter to go to a next destination or to where you're heading to. You need liters in your car, So things are expensive, but the point is it really your dream? Because we don't really, we are not moved by the same things. If sports is your fave and you would pay for a sport, it will be expensive. Sports will be expensive, just like a lifestyle is expensive. Going out and social life, entertaining friends and having drinks and going to restaurants. But if it's something that really, really keeps you going, make you feel wooty, you really living a good life, you will make sacrifices. So my content is to inspire you to say, if traveling is your dream, I did it. You can did it. We can all did it. Like how we say it the South African way. But it comes with which I'll be sharing when I share how I traveled. It won't be like this is how much I saved this, because guys, we will avoid that. It's just to tell you how I attained that dream, what I needed to look the other way from when I really wanted the dream to be materialize. Nothing is cheap, but how bad do you want what you want? So this is for that I inspire you. I tell you it's doable, but obviously it comes with a discipline, certain disciplines in your life. And this is to say, those who are travelers, those who are globetrotters, can you subscribe? And we exchange notes and we grow. And when I go to France, for instance, and I get there and I take Uber, if there is a Uber equivalent in France, someone says, no, ma, try, XYZ, try Bolt equivalent in France. It's much safer. It's got these features, these bells and whistles, and it even gives you CDEFG. So it's not only to sit here and inspire and leave it at that. I'm saying also those who are traveling, those who enjoy traveling, those who invest in traveling, please come forward and also share your experiences. And I see that happening, and I'm starting to be even more motivated. We see now I find people who speaks the same language, who will grow the platform and help those who've never traveled before, and see, Guti, it's not just Ma, it's not just Ma and 10 other people, it's not just Ma and 1,000 other South Africans. People are traveling more especially ladies, traveling solo, you can, but doing A, B, C, D, E, F to make sure you are safe. And even that video, I'm still gonna come with. There's still a lot that I still need to, guys. Over 6 months is a long time. So much has been learned over this period. Hence, I'm also trying to write a book, and I'm hoping you will support. But I'm trying to write a low content book, because, like my daughter tells me, my TikTok has messed a lot of things. The concentration span has dropped. So even on live videos, people cannot concentrate too long. You ought to keep it short and brief, which I struggle with, guys. I go on, and that is the person that I am. I'm a detailed person. I make sure you get it clear, loud and clear, and there aren't any gaps that are left, or you still remain questioning yourself. So hence I'll be coming with a low content book, and there'll be lessons learned there, there'll be recommendations, and I want to try and make it in such a point that even when someone opens it 15 years from now, they can say, oh my word, look, what she's talking about in this book is still there. However, maybe the price is different, or the flights is like this and that. So I do understand there's a need for this, and I'm hoping that it will encourage, it will inspire people to I mean, coming from a country, I still hear a lot. I say it myself, because you don't find a lot of South Africans when you travel, but I'm hoping one day it will be just us. Like when I traveled, every second person was from Germany. Some people were from China. So I wish that for us, Ukuthi, while traveling, I meet my South African brothers in numbers, not just other African countries who are brave, or maybe are in love with traveling more than us South Africans. I'm not South African. I'm not saying South Africans don't travel, but we still want to see more of us. I had traveled for 6 months full when I met a South African brother in Nicaragua, and it was almost the end of my trip. If I wasn't refused to board the flight, and that video is here as to why I was refused to board a flight to South Africa. So I still needed to travel to another country. But I met my South African brother from Durban, who worked for, his career is Guma cruise ships, and his contract had ended because, with cruise ships, you work for a certain period and your contract ends, and then you can go back home and you look for another job and then you start again. So they work on contract basis. And he was in Nicaragua to surf there because Nicaragua is big on surfing, and also to look for a job. And when I met him, I was like, oh, finally, I met someone from South Africa, and we watched the final year rugby. I've shared the video with him. So that was a highlight basically of my Nicaragua trip, since I spent most of my time there, bound in my hotel room. If you wanna know why, there's a video on this channel as to why I couldn't explore Nicaragua as I had hope I will explore. And there's also another reason, but I want to do a separate video for that because I would like it to be an awareness video. I would like it to be a warning video as to why Nicaragua. Of course, I got sick and I had to take care of myself so that I can recover and be strong again and come home alive in one piece. But there's also something else which happens a lot, not a lot, but there's people who does it, and I wanted to sit down like this and talk about it and ask people to please refrain from doing it, because it robs us from exploring countries. It really robs us from exploring countries. So that is these videos, for those who didn't know, is to encourage, is to inspire. It's never to brag, it's never to show off. There's lots, guys, that I do offline that I don't bring to the camera because it is so personal. And when I enjoy, like I often say good night only when I've enjoyed the moment, because I love to be present. And I'm also still learning with this content. Content, you must know, when you do content, it's no longer about you, it's for others. This guy said it so well: with the minute you switch on the camera, you remove the attention and the enjoyment from yourself and you give it to others. So I'm still learning, Uguti. Some of the things, or most of the things, should be about my subscribers, my subbies, my people who've bought a membership. I know Ubuyi did, and I want to do a special video for her. I'm still trying to figure out how do I do videos just for members. I hope there is a way. If not, she's one of my mentees. I shall Zoom her and share the information that I want to share that is personal, that can groom her even further, that extra info that I wouldn't share with everyone, but exclusive content just for members. So yeah, I've didn't film a lot of things. I don't film a lot of what I do behind the scene because it's just, I find it to good see. It's not about showing off. It's not about bragging. It's about just raising awareness. It's about inspiring. It's about motivating. It's about giving someone a push. And then, guys, I love to be present. Sometimes after I'm done, I'm like, oopsie, why didn't I film that? But I try and remind myself. I went somewhere yesterday, which I'll share on the next video, what I've been up to since I've come back from Turkey. And I almost just went and did my own thing and left. And luckily I had to, as I'm driving there, remind myself, don't forget to take a video, don't forget to take a video, because yeah, I get so consumed in a moment, and that's how I live my life, because I can just sit for 30 minutes and listen to birds chirping and listen to the sounds of nature and switch off and forget about the whole world and be in my own world. And when you create content, you must constantly remember to film the moments, to take this piece for your subbies and share with them. So I'm still striking a balance, guys. So do forgive me if the travel content didn't showcase, it didn't showcase even half of what I did in terms of activities, in terms of extreme stuff that I tried out, experiences, because they were just personal, and I switched off the camera and enjoyed them, and I carry them in my heart. But where I felt the spirit saying, share this, I really did. But if you ask me, Emma, when I go to Bali, what will you recommend? I'll give you a whole list of what you can do, what you can eat, where you can go, because I tried so many things. I didn't film so many things because, you know, filming is also a full-time job, and content creating is not, or content creation rather, is not my full-time job. It is part of the person that I am, or another parts of their life that I'm living. Oh, I wasn't getting these anymore. That's why I'm carrying on and on. Guys, no matter why, why are we getting these miserable tats here? I don't understand. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to time out some people whom I see it's becoming a trend where someone comes to a person's platform and tells them to, you know, shush. These psychopaths, sorry guys to say that, well entertainment, hi, well entertainment, welcome, welcome. Someone was saying they wish I could engage with my audience more. Guys, I get to engage with the audience like me. I always engage with you guys, unless I come here led by the spirit and I want to make sure you get the full information, or the recommendation, or the what I want to share, my views, and I don't forget. And guys, I always jot them down and look down, and I'll do that with another content that I want to share. But I'll tell you, I'll show you. Could see, I'm not looking down as a form of disrespect. I'm just making sure I don't miss out anything. So I do engage. So this is the perfect time. If you've always wanted me to do shout outs, I'll shout out and I'll read. But I always read my comments. That's the parts of, you know, the YouTube journey that I enjoy the most. Obviously, the info sharing and imparting of knowledge is who I am. I love sharing knowledge, guys. Sometimes unprovoked, not asked. You know, I'll come across a business person and I'll go over to them and say, ask them, have you thought of, maybe you're doing a great job. Obviously, we always start with the positive. Have you thought of maybe doing A, B, C, D, E, F, T, or, but like, oh my word, thank you so much. It's in me. It's in me. So, sorry if I've just came live and went on without acknowledging, but I always do. What advice can you give? Now, this is well entertainment. What advice can you give someone traveling internationally for the first time, like the first time in the airports? This is the process. It is a well entertainment, and I'll start off by saying I will give them the warmest hug you can ever think of and soon them on the cheek, because what an amazing step they would have taken, and I would be so proud of them. You know, I would be so proud, and I'll even give them bad cost money to say, go spoil yourself, go try this activity there, and tell them Ugutige, and find out where are they traveling, you know, because airports are different. But let's start if they're leaving from South Africa and traveling from OR Tambo, without talking about the airports in transit and all that. We start from here. I'll tell them they just need to make sure it's an international trip. They pack way before time, you know, dropping their gown, their makeup brush, and throughout while they're preparing for this. And they must remember it's all about the journey, not the destination. So while you're busy with your visas, while you are busy with your passports, you packing, enjoy those moments as well. It's not when you land and say, wahoo, I'm in Jamaica. is the process while you are still at home, and also to get a good night's sleep a night before they travel, because they need to be at the airport 3 hours before their flights. And because it's the first time, they can even be there much earlier, 3.5 hours earlier. And very important, read. People who struggle to read really struggle in terms of traveling, because you ought to read. There's boards everywhere. It shows you check in. There's an arrow. I always get it wrong. That shows you left or right. There's big boards that tells you check-in is now open, which check-in desk, from G1 to F8. You read. When you travel, you have to read. So I'll tell them, just read. You will find your way. You'll never be lost. And ask. There's security guards everywhere. There's I wouldn't maybe bother people who are traveling, because maybe they're just as anxious. And try and relax, because guys, I'm still gonna do a video. Traveling can be very stressful, and relax, hence they need to get there early. And if they want the full experience, they can even do a slow lounge. If you bank with FNB and you've got a certain card, and I know other banks do it, you get slow lounge access as a benefits. It's never free, guys. We pay for things. It is a benefit to go and chill at the slow lounge and enjoy the experience of the buffet and all that. By the time they go and board, they are much more relaxed. They've checked around. And also, what I do when I fly, look around you. I flew when it was winter, my huge bomber jacket. It was a disturbance for me, guys. If anything, I like my hands to be free. So I look around as to how people tie their jackets. Where do they put stuff? Where do they put their phones? So you learn as you are traveling by observing and checking out how people. And my other hobby is people watching. I can sit for hours and watch people. And that is my hobby. So I watch and learn and tell them to do that, and go through security, go through passport control when there's time. Rather go relax near your gate. Because if you check in and sit this side with the family enjoying a coffee, a mug and bean like you saw me, when you open your eyes, and guys, time flies. Well, entertainment. Time flies when you are at the airport. You will open your eyes, oh my God, where did the 2 hours go? And you can't be running. There's people with kind hearts. If you are late, you show them which your flight is boarding and they let you through. I'm talking security and passport control, but there's people who tell you that's unfair. We're also rushing for our flight. So make sure you go through a passport control section, sorry, and the security, or vice versa, whichever one comes first, earlier, and you just sit near you and you look for your gate. More especially if it's a big airport, find your gate, because your gate could be miles away from the passport control. But enjoy every moment as you walk. Look around, listen to the announcement. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is OR Tambo, the flights to, and Mrs. So and so. The gate is closing. Can you please go straight to gate E? Listen to that and smile and pinch yourself. Guys, I mean literally pinch yourself and say, God, is this me? Because when you do that, you are inviting and you are attracting more and more international flights or domestic flights. That's how blessings come to us, when we appreciate, when we send up gratitude. We would say, wow, I did it. And just go in and check, obviously, your seat, your zone, because these days they call by zones. There's zone A to E or F depending on the flight. Make sure you relax and you listen when it's time to board until they call your zone. If it's business class, because we can't leave these gurus, you'll be the first one to board. If you've got kids, you are a senior citizen, you're given the opportunity to board first. I think if you're pregnant as well, I haven't heard that, but I'm assuming because we always allow the pregnant ladies to do that, you'll be the first one to board before the rest of the crew. But the rest, you just listen. Listening and reading, that's all you need when you travel, and not just maybe international, because you ought to read the boards, you ought to read the directions, you ought to look for your flights, you ought to look for the time. And sometimes time changes. Check your emails, check your WhatsApp, the information that you gave when you book your flights. Be on the lookout for it. Make sure your passport, because I did a video where, is my passport still in my bag? Is my passport still in my handbag? Is my passport? Because you become so paranoid with your passports and with your boarding pass once it's issued, because you don't want to lose that. It will steal so much of your time. You can end up missing the flight. And then once they call you, you go in. Even as you enter the plane, the I'm trying to think now. uh, why am I thinking of petrol attendants? Okay, guys, the crew will be at the door to direct you where your seat is, whether you need to go straight, more especially if you're flying the big guns. I'm trying to think of the names. I forgot the name that I wanted to use. They'll tell you which way you can sit and be comfortable. If there's no one next to you, put your feet up. It's a long journey. Relax. Drink as much water. I've shared that video because you do hydrate a lot when you are flying. And make sure you are moisturized. Make sure the food will taste yucky because of the altitude that the plane is flying at. And stretch. Make sure you wear comfortable clothes. You're not in tights and a smaller underwear that is pinching you through. You look for I even said to the ladies, that bra that is so comfortable, like you're wearing no bra, you put that on so that your journey becomes, and enjoy yourself. Put on your headphones or your earphones and watch the movies, listen to podcasts. You spoil for choice. And when you need water, button up, press, they come, you ask for water, go to the bathrooms, locate your bathrooms, find out where the exit is in case of emergency, that will be shared, and just enjoy yourself. And when you get to a destination, don't let the scammers and locals take advantage of you. Have a plan to your hotel from it is where you land. How will you get there? Because that's where they know, and they take advantage, sadly, of tourists, and they can see you from miles, because South Africans knows other South Africans. You can be African. If you are not a South African, I see you from miles away. So the same concept applies. So the chances are they'll charge you 4 times what they'll charge their locals, 10 times what they charge. So know how you'll be leaving the airport to your hotel room or your hostel, or the people that will be hosting you, or your cousin or whoever, because that's where you can actually lose most of your budgeted funds through these airport taxis. And make sure you've got local amounts. I've shared that on the previous video. You withdraw money at the ATM and get smaller notes, get change at the airport if you need change, because if you give a big note, you might have a problem. If you're like me, you take a bus, you ought to have small change. When I say smaller notes, I mean smallest denominations. You don't go in with big denominations. And once you're there, Bob is your uncle. Lose yourself. Be free. No one will judge you. You live life to the full. You don't hear that. Oh, why is she wearing a short skirt and yet she's a mother? There's no such abroad. Go enjoy yourself, but do take care of yourself. If you are traveling solo as a lady, don't travel at night. Don't do things you wouldn't do in your own country, basically. And be, always observant. Be aware of your surroundings. Be cautious, but don't now be paranoid and rob yourself of a beautiful journey. Enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it, and have fun and take pictures, create memories, try their cuisine, speak to locals, try out their language. And by the time you leave, you should at least be able to say hi, thank you. How can I have, please, water bill? I learned about a bill as well, when I how to ask for a bill once I'm done eating, things like that, guys. But I promise you, most countries, they welcome you with warmest hands and hearts ever. There's not even a single country where I felt discriminated, disrespected. There was maybe one or two individuals whom were very, like, I find them even here at home, we're finicky and different from the rest of the, that odd one out. And I didn't even let that spoil my gap here, because people are different. We've got awesome, thousands and millions of awesome people in South Africa, and there's a handful of miserable tarts who are going through what they're going through. Don't let spoil you. Enjoy. Ask even there when you are lost. Use your phone to find direction. Use your phone to Google stuff. Translate the menu if the menu is not in English. Just live your best life. Try their famous drink. I ask them when I walk in, what's your signature dish? Give me your signature dish. Give me your signature drink. What can I try? And you go in a country knowing what exactly you definitely ought to try out before coming to South Africa, and make means. And what I'll tell you, my motto: do not postpone. Wake up, go do it. Wake up, go do it, because before you know, it's time to fly back home. And if you keep on postponing spending time in the hotel room, you left your house, you left your beautiful home, just go out and explore. If it's a safest country like Singapore, like what Ngongo and myself did, 12 o'clock midnight, you're sitting at the coffee shop and having coffee, and you're gonna walk back to your hotel. Live your life to the fullest, and you will not go wrong. And download the apps way before time. So if you'll be using a Grab, which is equivalent to Uber in Thailand, download the Grab app. Make sure you got two bank cards, because if you lose one card, I lost my card in Singapore. If I didn't have another second card, I would have had to come back to South Africa. I left with 4 bank cards just in case. And take a picture of your passport in case something happens. But we pray to God nothing happens. But if you're going to stay longer, let the embassy know you are there. Just give them a call, tell them you're from South Africa, you currently in this country for this long, and create those, or build a relationship. But other than that, have fun, and you won't go wrong. And read and ask. You will be forced to speak to someone and get, whether they speak English or not, you will figure out. And some people are welcoming. I've had instances where my card, whether be it bus card, wasn't working. Locals paid for me. I have instances where I thought I had this and this wasn't there. There's a good Samaritan that will come forward and I'll pay it forward. So I'll help the next person when I'm helped, and I live my life like that. And even when you live like that, you seem to attract nothing but the best in your life. Oh, I see someone has blessed me so well. Entertainment, I hope I've answered. Unfortunately, I can't summarize it in just few minutes. It is a lot, but those were the nuggets that I hope you have an idea. But there's a lot that goes with traveling. And what I didn't cover, you will learn as you go along. And very important, I've shared this, your time in transit before you're connecting flights. Make sure you've got plenty of time. People rob them by saying, "Oh, I can't be sitting at the in transit for 4 hours, sorry," and they cut it down to an hour. You're gonna miss your next flights, and you'll be in trouble. And don't have high expectations. Some flights are late. You rush, Russian waits. We often say that in the corporate world, Russian waits, because you rushed for this meeting and the next thing you're waiting outside the boardroom. So you'll find that you've rushed, you almost bumped your car even, and the flight is delayed. It is part of traveling. Things don't always go your way, and things do happen. Some people land and they still, pickpocketing. They pickpocket their phones, they pickpocket their monies that they withdraw at the ATM. Some people land and their suitcases are not their luggages. Always, think on your feet. Think on your feet all the time, and don't let them that spoil your holiday. Obviously, you're gonna feel some type of way, but find a solution quickly, and move on. Hence I say, have different cards for when they pickpocket you and steal your card. You don't fly back the next day, because if you're not well prepared, I promise you'll be forced to come back. Because how are you gonna pay for stuff once you're abroad? You're abroad. There's no Capitec there. There's no FNP there. There's no Netbank there. So how do you then? Unless you've got people who can send you the money. But we use cards everywhere. Yeah, even other countries use this to pay, and this to pay, and this to pay. So the world is advanced, but always have controls in place. Well, entertainment. And thank you so much for your question. Honestly need to start traveling, because we can't be going to Cape Town and Durban only. Knox, that is also awesome, sis. You start with your own country, you explore your own country. As much as I've traveled extensively internationally, I travel within the borders of South Africa. I've been to Cape Town, I think, 10 times. I don't even miss Cape Town, to be honest, because there was one stage where I did Cape Town back to back. I've done your Robben Island, I've done your cable cars, I've explored in South Africa. South Africa is big. South Africa is beautiful. Sometimes someone shares the content about Neisner. I haven't been to, or George, Stellenbosch, Neisner. I'm still planning to go there. I've traveled in Mpumalanga, I've Three Rondaville. I've traveled in Mpumalanga. I love it. I'll still go to Mpumalanga. I've been to Debs. When I was much younger, I would go to Durban because I love the warm sea so many times as well, so many times. I think I went once by train. Maybe I'm lying, years back when I was younger. But I've flown to King Shaka. I've Shaka Marine. Oh my word, what I would love to do in Durban, or let me not say Durban, KZN rather, to say it correctly, not when people say Africa is a country, instead of saying it's a continent, is to go and explore Zululand, or yeah, the Zululand. Now say when I land King Shaka, hire a car and drive like your 2 hours drive. Ngiye le kubohluhluwe and ngiphume nje guys eDurban. I'll be very happy. Limpopo, I owe Limpopo, because I think I went once with work, and work makes you travel, which is a plus of being in a corporate world. But I would love to explore Limpopo even more. It is beautiful. Magrobla Sklof is my next destination that's in my heart. I've been to Free State, to um, uh, Paris, a very beautiful small city. I would love to do Clarence. I would love to do a Clarence. And the only province, Northwest, I go. Oh, the Kingdom Resorts to be near Sun City. I've booked in Sun City, Northwest. I've been to other areas as well. The only province I've never touched is Northern Cape. I've never been to Northern Cape, Kimberley. That's the only one that I owe it. Although I am like, okay, I'll see a big hole and then what? But I'll definitely go. But I'm trying to say, Knox, being to Durban and Cape Town, you've done a great job, sis. We start, charity begins at home before you go and invest in other countries. So you're on the right track. Just include other provinces and then go to Africa. Africa is massive, Africa is beautiful. And then if you want to go international, you're also welcome. But it doesn't mean you're on the wrong track. You're learning as you're going to Cape Town. You're meeting people. You can even build a relationships, business related, form partners while traveling. I met a lady who's planning to come to Cape Town for a pop-up shop in Panama, who wants me to help her. You know, she asked me, should I do it in Johannesburg or in Cape Town? I was honest. I'm born and raised in Joburg. I love Joburg. But I said to her, if you really want to make good money, go to Cape Town. Joburg is beautiful, but the dollars and the pounds go and stay longer in Cape Town. Joburg, they'll come for a few days, you know, for your Mandela Square, and then they move to Cape Town because of the life that I wanna do to raise a warning and awareness. What are you telling? Can you hear now? I think I touched somewhere. No volume. Sengikhulume kangaka. Guys, can you hear now? Ooh. Guys, I give up. Ngigcine phukungizwa. When did you last? Was I? When was I audible? When was I audible? Guys, I've spoken and spoken. Even if who said, hey, Ntando, somebody sent super chat to let her know, but it's Ntando, where were you gonna find me? You know me that when I'm focusing, no super chats can separate me from my children. So where were you gonna send the super chats? Oh, Kosiami, well, entertainment. Did you hear my response about traveling international? This is classic. I give up. Guys, I've spoken. And yes, because I'm not at the end of the comments. I'm coming is an hour. It's now, guys, line by line. Because I'm avoiding to be crucified. Hey? Like, asikhulumi lezo. Crucified. Bese-ke kuthiwa, hey, ukhetha idlubu emasini, she chooses the dlubu from the sour milk. She didn't read my question. Guys, I give up. I think it's a wrap. Can we try again next time? I just want to know, well, entertainment, because this was a big one. I'll die if, yes, I had all of it. Thank you. I'm not sure where I went. Guys, please laugh at yourself. Laugh with yourself. Laugh by yourself. Because life is about that. You by momish of the century, and you cannot afford to lose us and to be off track by moment. You still forge forward. Sorry, Talix. No, don't give up on us, Mama. We are here with you. We will be patient with you. We understand. Continue from Cape Town, Mama. Oh, mother, sweetheart. Ekapalotumo, motherland. Everything is so cool, and they take their time. Sometimes I see a pedestrian trying to cross the road, and the driver is accelerating all over Sunday, accelerating, and you're like, for the who, for the what? Can you go to Cape Town where drivers will wait for us pedestrians and then we can cross the road? And I must say, there are countries, guys, who have no respect, just disregard pedestrians. And for me, Malaysia was one of them. Malaysia had no respect for a pedestrian. So if you didn't have a car, you're just a nothingness. Those Malaysians must come to Cape Town and see how pedestrians are treated. The different culture with the kapalotumo, they'll wait for you to cross the road. Then the driver drives off. How amazing is that? Well, and today it's been over 50. Guys, Batung, you've missed out, and I cannot even recall. Sorry, it wasn't meant for you to hear. There's this one lady I used to work with, and I'll share with her. I would say, oh my words, maybe I went to comfort a family that lost their loved one. And I'll say, oh my words, I forgot to touch on the fact that this person also did ABCD for me. And she would say to me, Sissy, they were not meant to hear that. What you told them, the wounds that you healed, at the time you were there, the message you left with the deceased loved one or loved ones, is the message they were supposed to hear. Over and above that, it wasn't for them. So the 15 minutes, my darling, because as a mother, I've got a way to console and keep you going. You weren't meant to hear it. And it was so crucial. It was so amazing. When the time is right, the Lord, will make it happen. This was not for you. Next time, when I share it, you definitely gonna hear it. We last heard you talking about Cape Town and some lady that wants to do a pop-up shop. Yo! Hi, guys. It's been a while. I was saying when you travel, you can even meet business partners. And there's a lady that I met in Panama who has a restaurant, and I went to her restaurants, guided by reviews, because I've shared I go to restaurants or to places, eatery places, because I read reviews, I follow locals, I ate with locals most of the time. I'm saying, Duguti, the sun has just decided to leave me astray, and also I would go to restaurants by just seeing the crowd sitting in the restaurant. Then I go in. Abantu abangaka, the food must be good. That's how I charge a place. So this particular restaurant that she owns, I saw online when I was in Panama, which was my final country. And I went, and guys, oh my word, this woman served. I ordered. Obviously, she sells a variety on her menu. I ordered oxtail because I was so missing home, and best oxtail ever. So I was saying, we exchanged numbers, and she said she wants to come in South Africa. She's done similar concept. I'm trying to think where, Hong Kong, I think, or China. I think it was China. And she was sold out, and her daughter double booked. So the numbers were double. So she wanted to save 150, 300 that day, and her daughter sold 600 tickets. She says it was crazy, but she'll go back anytime. The support was overwhelming. So she asked me if she wants to do a pop-up in South Africa. So she just said she'll be traveling to South Africa to do a pop-up. I'm like, but that's my country. Oh, is it? You joking? Please tell me. I'm looking between Johannesburg and Cape Town. What would you recommend? So I was saying to you, I'm born and bred in Joburg. I would have said Joburg, but I know if she really wants to make good money, she needs to be in Cape Town, because that's where most tourists spend more time there. They come to Joburg, spend 2 days or so, go Mandela Square and whatever, and head to take a flight to Cape Town, or drive to Cape Town, or bus to Cape Town. So I suggested she go. So I'm trying to say, I've now built this particular relationship where when she comes, or if I still keep in touch, because guys, I'm bad with keeping my relations, and I'm trying to, okay, I have to work on it, because let me not lie, I haven't tried to work on it this year. It's on my vision board. If she comes, I'll have to, or before she comes, I'll have to assist her, because she was even asking where would be the best place to come and do the pop-up shop where she'll be selling her food. She's a professional chef, and she's also an conveyance, an attorney. And she even said only South Africans, I shared with you, can actually attain a property in Panama at this point in time. No other African country is allowed to own property in Panama. So guys, please take that information and use it and go buy property in Panama. And she's a conveyance attorney, so she'll help you find a place, transfer costs, and settle there, and tell you about expenses and all that. Just 2 minutes. Useyazakala, ngiyabonga hand. Nginisabotagile. Mamenu ke loyo. And guys, ngiyakhuluma yini na? Ngicishe ngathi ngiyabhadalwa, but niyangibhadala ngothando. Ncese ma, okay honey, okay sweetie pie. Iyo anisahleki, hayibo. Uyavakala ngokho nje akuva sana. Wethandile ndikuva gqithi sana, ndikuva tle sana. Ayisapheli English, nasithethe Isixhosa mama. Kusho Kuli Black Baby. Hi, sweetie. Late in. Late, but if you've got any question that you want to ask me, sweetie, regarding career or travel. I'll exclude personal finance because we're going to speak about that. Somebody send okay, we spoke. Cooking with no to send Mama a message, please. Is she even around or she's consumed by Portugal? Ngeke umthole wethandile. Useyitratweni uyazazi le ngane ke bastrata uzaba yenzani. Funda ama-comments please asikuzwa Shobonsile. Baba, you're talking alone. Hey, niqedile. Volume please, no sound. Okay, that was that time when we had our... You weren't meant to hear. Sorry, my kids. Mommy, please try to check your recent comments before answering questions because we can't... Oh, sorry, sweetie. Sorry, guys. At least I got you engaging. Sorry, guys. This live will have more... It will be the most engaged live ever. Oh, after talking about Mandela Square, yo guys, but that was that. And what did I share? I think that was it. Wait, my volume. Nindiqibile, yazi nindiqibile nina bakithi. Anedala ngiqalile. Wayengabo sorry guys, wayengabonanga the first one. Say my name. Anven bathanda bo say my name. Start by saying my name, Weklut, and saying Tisha Oliphant. I'm waiting, I'm listening. Say Tisha Oliphant. I can't hear you. Tisha Oliphant. Say my name first, please. But I can't hear you. The same problem that I heard is happening now. I can't hear you. Kushu ubani amikia klute. I say Afrikaans. Where are you from, Klute? Let's see. Oh, Shem, you go actually advise umntanami ngoba it's a Q&A. ISC, that one is too personalized. It's like saying, Ma, I'll be retiring in 15 years. Can you tell me what to do? Hi, Leo, it needs analysis, you know? It needs a personal assessment and all. It's not a question I can sit here and just tell you. How was Panama, mommy? Dando, Panama was awesome. Panama was like SA, if I may put it that way. And yeah, yeah. I didn't find it to be, oh, wow, I've never seen this, you know, oh, this is interesting. It felt like I was in Joburg, in Panama, sorry. And unfortunately, they had, please watch my video about Panama. You'll get more information. But anyway, they were striking, so I couldn't explore much in Panama. But I liked it. It's a country. If someone says, let's go to Panama, I'll pack and go. There's countries where you really, really have to convince me to go back. And there's countries that I'm definitely gonna do them 5 times, like Turkey. Love Turkey. Turkey is like Thailand. It's countries that I can wake up tomorrow and go to Thailand, wake up tomorrow and go to Turkey because I fell in love. But there's countries, I'll do a video and I'll give reasons why. There's countries that you'll say, man, let's go. You honestly have to convince me why we need to go. I've struck them off it all. Yeah, in attorney and lawyers' terms, I've struck them off it all. And ngizwa indaba property. Oh yes, it's in Panama. South Africa is the only country, or South Africans are the only citizens that can buy property in Panama. So you can own a property. Remember, there's countries where foreigners aren't allowed to buy property, you know? And please research further. And there's countries where only certain citizenships can buy property in. So Panama is one of the countries where only South Africans can buy properties. This was the information, and it's not my information, that was shared by these relationships that I say you build and create when you travel, by the owner of the restaurant that I went to, the one who's planning to come to South Africa for a pop-up shop, as a conveyance attorney shared. So I'm saying, if Panama is a country you love, research further, go, sorry, buy a property in Panama. But we've got a few countries where we can own and become citizens. She didn't talk about the citizenship side. She just said, Nam, I didn't probe, because I'm not interested. But countries such as Mauritius, I don't want to include Dubai, but I think Dubai is on the list as well. South Africans can buy a property and then attain citizenship. Remember, citizenship can be attained in different forms. And buying property is one of them. Sorry, guys. If you want a citizenship for a certain country as a South African, you can go in UK. UK is one of them. You can buy a property in the UK and become a citizenship. Yes, a UK. And I think Portugal as well. There's a list. Go Google, please, guys, because we're not talking about that. If Mauritius, go buy yourself a nice apartment, Gui Island, and rent it out and become a citizen. Yes, Mauritius. I hope you are sorted. Coolly, Barbie. I even inboxed the business number. Kodwa Thandile ndine-drama, as far I get you. You're thinking, but ma, we're missing all this crucial information, and I'm just thinking, yo, you missed a lot, and I can't, for the life of me, I can't even think what I was sharing, but it was good stuff. You know, guys, mommy always brings the best treats. Did you touch on the business plan question? Oh, you lie, Penis, you even missed that. Ah, my baby, I did. I said to you, sweetie pie, I even started by breathing. Let me breathe again. I said, Sissy, I thought I answered you. Heard it was after that. Sorry, sis. I said, in terms of your business plan, if you Google and you get high level, recommendations on what to include in your business plan, there's lots of directions on Google on what you need to include when you create a business plan. You can even go on YouTube. They take it a step further, where someone will sit and give you examples and all that. And I said to you, I offer mentoring sessions for $250 per hour. If you want us to sit and work on your business plan for that hour, and you are willing to invest that money on your business plan, but if you want, because people tend to say, oh no, we can't pay for that, things are free. There's lots of free information, guys, online, loads and loads. You won't go wrong. But if you say, Mike, can I book a session and sit with you and we go through my business plan? You find me, go WhatsApp one, and we can work on your business plan. But you don't need me, sweetheart. If you Google, you can find nice nuggets on what you ought to include, or tips or recommendations on your business plan. If you YouTuber, you spend, if you've got the time, you can go sit and look at someone sharing a business plan. But if you are willing to pay for the information and to spend time with me, and for me to give you that one-on-one business plan, drawing up, discussion, planning, you can holler at me. I didn't even know you missed that. But if you are a person who doesn't pay for information, Google it, go on YouTube, you won't go wrong. I even shared, I'm overwhelmed by those mentoring sessions. My children are believing in me, they're coming through career guidance, and I'm getting a lot on career guidance, because remember, your mom worked for corporate for 27 years. So I've got loads of knowledge to share, and I'm enjoying sessions. I also get people who come through for personal sessions, but I'm not a therapist. Disclaimer, qualified therapist, no, no, no. I come as a mother with my years of wisdom and experience and other people experiences, and obviously how I would break down certain things and recommend. And also the personal side, the personal, spiritual, financial. Now some people also touch on a travel and definitely business. And there's people now who wants to know more about content creation, which I'm saying I'm not that big. I'm not huge on Facebook. I've got almost 60,000 followers. And here I've just started last year in November. Not last year in November. Last year in November it was a year. So this is my beginning of my second year. It's a year, 3 months. Yeah, December, Jan, Feb. Year, 3 months because it's after the 7th since I've had a YouTube channel, but I can share if you come through, you book a session. But there's just sessions where I say, don't just book for e-travel unless you want to take a gap year and you want me to break it down to you. That you can come through for an hour and we break it down for you. And you'll go with all the knowledge and the recommendations and the tips. But traveling is also personal. Countries where I didn't experience the great side of it, you might go and say, amazing, amazing country. Penis, I saw it on YouTube. Will book. Okay, sis. Okay, perfect. My details on where to book. Oh, they say you can't. Oh, I've never written. Apparently, you can't. Guys, you know, Guti, I've never written a message here. I won't even know. Let me try and click here and not click the volume. Your channel, unless, guys, these people are just. Oh, sweethearts. It's in Bonelo Plus. Utin. Create tools. I wouldn't even know. Can someone maybe write it? And apparently don't write the number, but I'll just say to you 082 681 1573. Maybe you don't have to write it. The writing is a problem. I don't know, but there's just issues with numbers. 082 681 1573. 082 681 1573. And WhatsApp only, please, to reply, because there is also a business number which is hectic and inquiries and ordering and bookings it's busy. So I don't want you to say I tried calling you, you didn't respond. Just WhatsApp and we can chat, and then you let me know. Do you prefer Zoom or you prefer a video call? In your case, I would say Zoom will be fine, but even video call, then we work on your business plan, because I need details. What business have you been in business before? How long? And all that, and why business plan, and we take it from there. So we'll break it down in an hour and work on it. And if there's other things left, we can touch base after our mentoring session. Oh, so I think what I also shared during the time was that I think you heard this. No, let me drop it. I think you heard this. It was before we were muted by the devil. But guys, I think I've answered all your questions. Can you let me go on Facebook, darlings? Thank you so much for supporting, because I don't see anything coming through. So that I go and ask them, change also the view, because the lights has bid me goodbye without saying goodbye. It just disappeared on me and stood me up. And go on Facebook and do the same session, and yeah, take it from there. And I hope you've learned. I hope I responded to the best of my ability. And even if maybe the response was not satisfactory, but there are few things, takeaways that you took from the responses. And guys, thank you so much for engaging. Thank you for bringing your questions, and I will have this Q&A maybe in 4 months from now, and we would have shared even more, in terms of financial side of things, Tips, guys. Again, I mean, I'm busy on tips. Where if I come in and sit and I wanna share something, don't say, "But ma, why nje all of a sudden? Don't all over Sunday. Don't do that and disappear. Sit. Obviously, there'll be just sit there and enjoy your water. There'll be something that you might learn and pick up. So once we carried on with the content of traveling, because yeah, I'll still travel, guys. Traveling is who I am. Traveling is part of me, and traveling is traveling. And I've explained what traveling is, and I've even explained further in the video where I say live video why I think you should invest in traveling and why I invest in traveling, be it for me, be it for my loved ones. I'll invest over and over and not even count uh, any cent or dollar. And thanks to those who gifted me, thanks to those who liked. And guys, please like before we say our goodbyes. And I was even thinking, in terms of the amount that I spent traveling, if I come back, if they said there was this reincarnation and we come back and I don't come back as a dog, people believe in that. I still come back as a human being and maybe a different human being in a different country. I'll still travel and I'll most probably still take a gap year and travel maybe even longer, and I will do it at this particular time. And I'll share with you why this time for me was the best time. Also, I'll do a video why I think I wouldn't have done it better when I was in my 30s, 20s, or, without giving away my age, 40s, 50s, and my 70s were the perfect time to share. And guys, I'm wearing my late mom's dress. It is so hot because my mom was chubby, but because it's got a belt, it is such a beautiful dress. Every time I miss my mom, then I'll wear one item that she left behind and I feel much closer to her. So I feel blessed. I don't know if you do that, you believe in that, and unprovoked, I just shared that. I've shared the details. Penis, did you get them? Please a thumbs up and say, Ma, I'm sorted. 082 681 1573. Ma, please, my question, please. What's your question, babes? You didn't answer my booking accommodation. Or you did, but I missed. Hi, when I'm at. Oh, I thought you were. Hey, Yamana, this. No, don't give up on asthma. Be patient. Hold on, sis. I'll go back. We last heard you. You were talking about the pop-up. I'm trying to get your questions, sis, because I'm missing it. This was classic. Guys, it happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. What was your question, Mata? Just drop it, or you can't. I'm trying to find you. It's a busy life. Pella, the audio messed up everything. I cannot find it. Sorry, I'll check it now. I just want to see. You didn't answer my booking. Was your question? Oh, Maramata. Mata, why you didn't just put the question again? Ngiyabonga kakhulu, ma. Okay, that is someone else. Thanks, mommy. That is someone else. So I wanted to see if Bernice reset the question. Resend the question. Okay, sis, you didn't answer. Okay, let's look for you. Resend. Have a look. My question, please, ma. Okay, that is what I'm getting. I'm checking, Manj. Am I audible? My God, yes, we hear you now. Martha, I'm just looking for you. We are we are missing out on the content. And shame you did miss out, guys. And I can't even go back and share with you. But Martha, ngikutholi nje sithandwa sami. Sengize ngifike kubonox abangiblessile. Ngafika ku-well entertainment. No, sis, I can't find you. I find you audio not clear. You are there. We are missing out on the content. Marabato drama. Yo. But your question, somebody said the super chat. Yes, we can hear you. I feel. Sissy, resend. I'm going back to the bottom. I ask if it's advisable to book via booking platforms or directly via the hotel. Oh, Sissy, and can you believe I couldn't find something like that? Sorted. Perfect, Ebenezer. I didn't want to leave you hanging, sweetheart. So let's go to Umadha. Yo, okay, I'll answer you, although I'll do it live. Please watch it, Martha, when I do it live, because I'll give further response or further clarity to your question. We all have personal experiences. It's the thing like the bank. Someone says, Mina, Absa showed me flames they didn't sponsor this video, and I'm not talking bad about them. I'm just using them as an example. I prefer Capitec. Oh, guys, Mina, my money disappeared. I'm happy with the FNB. Oh, FNB, when I needed a bond, they rejected me. Standard Bank saved me. It is the same thing. But personally, I wouldn't even suggest anyone because I'm not affiliated to these guys. I would say very important, and I use this all the time. Read the reviews. Don't only read reviews on the website or testimonies, because business people tend to put their own testimonies. They could have gotten them from their cousins, and I'm not dissing business people. There's people who put proper reviews that are coming from customers, but how do you even verify? Go on other sites like Abo Hello Pizza and check whether it's a travel agent or it's a booking accommodation platform. And I'll use an example, booking.com or TripAdvisor. Go on Hello Peter, go on reviews and see what people are saying. It will immediately, you'll know. But obviously, don't just take one review of someone who had a bad day. You read and you'll start seeing a trend. Then you know to stay away. And more especially if it's these unknown sites or platforms. If it's platforms, I don't touch booking.com. I don't touch them because I had the worst experience. I tried them once. They took my money. Where they say, no, we're just holding the money, doesn't mean it's debited from your accounts. When they ask you to insert your debit card or your credit card information. I went on my statement, they took, and it was big monies. I was trying to go on a retreat in Mauritius, a church retreat. And it even put me off to going there to meet a pope. I think it was 2 years ago, or even 4 or something, or before COVID. I can't remember when Pope Francis was going to Mauritius, and I wanted to meet him. And since then, I never, ever touched booking.com, not even when I book here in Johannesburg or South Africa, rather. So I'll tell you who I use when I share the next video, and I've never had issues, never, never, never. And I'll share how it helped me to maneuver the globe as well. But my suggestion to you, or directly via the hotel or own website, or directly via hotel, guys, never mind my nails, I'll sort them out tomorrow. I broke my nail yesterday. Directly to e-hotel, best bets. But there's people who did that and they still encountered problems, but it's a minority. It's not like when you go to this platform, it's a third party and majority there's complaints. And there's websites, like I'm saying, stay with reputable, look how many people are using those. When you look at the reviews and you just see 6 reviews, I then start worrying. You want thousands. And I'll share that even about hotels and. But it's important to do your research. Go Google Hello Pizza. Go and say complaints. Just go on Google. Complaints on, you write the name. Complaints about Woolworths It will give you the whole thing, and you read what are they complaining about. And if it's exactly what you are trying to do, I would say stay away. You don't want a headache, more especially if you are traveling. You've saved for this money, Martha. You've worked hard for this money, and you'll find good. Some people travel at a tight budget, which I don't recommend. I always say have a buffer, but when I say buffer, I'm not saying have thousands and thousands, but have enough for cases like this, because you book there, you get to the accommodation, they say we don't know you, ma'am, it was fly by night, and you didn't do your proper due diligence. Where are you going to sleep in a foreign country? Where are you going to sleep in Cape Town if you are based in Joburg? Awazi mntu phaya, uzawukwenza ntoni sana? So make sure you check, you verify, you ask. We sinabant, I've got my Facebook. Come on Facebook and pose a question. If I'm live, ask me here. Ask Ma, does any one of you know if this is a reputable? That's how people are able to be saved. A person will say, I'm buying this online, these sneakers online. Who has you bought sneakers or anything else from this website, and they were delivered? So use platforms. It's a digital world, so it's easy to point and pick up scammers, because then people will share their personal experiences. And I remember one day on one group, a lady said, Aibo guys, I booked with this travel agent, and we are supposed booked to fly out or to travel in 2 weeks, and now I'm trying to phone. People came in numbers. Scam that one. Mina, they did the scam. They started tagging this, and it's a lady, sadly, tagging her, and she came through trying to justify herself. I don't know whether she said, I'll refund you, whatever. Why were you not talking? It was anonymous, because people like to also mask their contact or identity when they do this, and it makes sense to protect themselves and their loved ones. And she came saying, "Yo, guys, but I'll refund you. I tried to call you." This woman said, "Oh my God, where's the missed call? Which number were you? I've been trying to call you. You are nowhere to be found," and all that. So use the platforms to also verify, Uguti, is this person, is this website, is this company legit? Not only when you book hotels or flights, with everything that you do in your life. And I was trying to think, but the hotel is the best bet, because there's no ways they can turn around, provided it is the hotel. You clicked on the right link and you went website of that hotel. Remember, the scammers have a way of linking. When now you click, I'll check out what it's www dot or https dot nale slash lazy is it that. So make sure you are safe, because you've worked hard and you can't give away your monies like that. And thank you so much, guys. Let me rush and go to my other home before it's night time. And yeah, I love you so much, and keep well, and thanks for commenting. Those who liked, I truly appreciate. And if you haven't, continue liking, and like even when I'm no longer live, I'll appreciate. And I hope you've learned from this platform, and we'll have another Q&A. If you happen to have another question, don't hesitate. Mommy will still come to listen to me now, coming with Facebook tendencies, and you'll be able to ask questions. Okay, thank you. We'll look out for the next travel live video. Okay, sis, but check reviews in the meantime before you even book with anyone. Make sure the website is a website, and find out. You can search, how do I pick up if the website is genuine. It's not a fictitious website. You'll see what to look out for. So don't just click. We don't just click to links. We don't just, because That's how we find ourselves in hot water and losing loads and loads of money. God bless. Goodbye, guys. Let me go, or else I won't leave. Thank you so much. Awesome session. Amazing, brilliant questions. Amazing audience. Amazing family. Love it, love it, love it. It doesn't go unnoticed. Truly, truly appreciate, capital letters. Thanks, darlings.